welcome to Riding with Relyks. I'm your host, Relyks, and I'm here to bring you the latest and greatest in my life. Whatever that means. Woke up this morning, and apparently things were different with what was happening, but I didn't realize. What I mean is that my morning routine got interrupted. Usually I get up, I go shower, I go out into the living room and I work on some stuff on the computer, or I play a game, or I have some me time. That's my me time, is in the mornings. But my son woke up early this morning and I was not allotted that time, so a little different. It was nice to spend some time with him, but it was still not my normal routine. So, and then I had to warm up my car this morning because it was really frosty, and by had to, I mean I remembered to. Usually I wouldn't. Usually I don't realize what the temperature is or what's going on outside until I go outside. And then I'm like, oh, look, there's frost on my car. I probably should do something about that. And so then I take a scraper and I go, do the whole scrape thing. But this time I looked out the window. It's like, oh, it's frosty on the grass and it's frosty on my car. Let me go start my car, warm it up, and make sure I'm ready to go. Plus, my car's getting a little old, so it kind of needs to be warmed up these days. It used to be okay with just, starting it up and going. But now, there's a requirement of care. Who knew you had to take care of your vehicle? Now, it's one of the things I wish I would have learned, is different car maintenance things. I mean, I've done random things. I know how to follow instructions online and get stuff done, but I don't intrinsically know that, oh yeah, that's definitely a piston, or oh, that sound is there's something wrong with your carburetor, or oh yes, your battery's shot, I'm gonna need to look at that, or definitely the belt, yeah, definitely you're gonna need to replace your belt, or yeah, that's squeaking, yeah, that's your those are your rotors rubbing up against your yeah, I don't know any of that. I can say some words, and man, you ask me questions, I'll have no idea what I'm talking about. So one of the things that I wish I would have had time for, or had someone to teach me, I guess, but didn't really have that. But that's what other people are paid for, right? You go to a mechanic, you pay a mechanic, they know what they're talking about, they know what they're doing, hopefully. And hopefully you trust them to do the right thing and not screw something else up, or different things like that. Hopefully you don't bring it in for an oil change and get caught with, I don't know, $500 worth of brakes and tires and all that stuff. But maybe one day I'll learn some stuff. I can do my own oil change. I can rotate my tires. I know how to change a tire. I'm not helpless. Though the last time I tried to change my tire, it was so stuck on there because it blew, and so I was off on the side of the road. It was so the lug nuts were so stuck on there because they were like rusted on there that even my brother-in-law, who you saw in the other video, he couldn't, he came and he had more equipment and he had more leverage and he couldn't even do it. Some guy ended up coming along the side and being like, hey, I got a sledgehammer, you think that'll help? And Aaron was like, yeah, let's. So one hit with the sledgehammer and it was good to go. But Oh no, the lug nuts weren't rusted. The tire was like rusted to the wheel well or something like that. It was pretty bad. But the point is, he like I said, one hit with the sledgehammer, and then it popped right off. So sometimes, you don't have that strength. Sometimes you need to not just, I tried to rely on myself. I tried to rely on my brother-in-law, and ultimately it came down to a piece of equipment that's sole purpose is to provide extra oomph and that kind of muscle, if you will. Obviously, it's not a muscle, but it's to provide that extra power because of the momentum of the weighted head swinging and causing extra force. So there are specific tools that are made for specific circumstances. I would never think I need to carry a sledgehammer in my car at all times in case my tire gets stuck to the wheel well or whatever. That wouldn't be a normal thing that someone would carry a sledgehammer in their trunk for that purpose. Usually sledgehammers are for maybe hitting stakes or something like that. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. But my point is that tools that have been made by man are made for specific purposes. They're each. That's why you could get a tool set and still buy 5 more tool sets, because you have tools for certain circumstances, and then you run into another one where you're like, oh, I don't have a tool for that. I need to get more tools. End up with a whole basement full of tools. I don't have that yet. I will. I love tools. Anyway, my point is, actually, while I'm on this subject, if you have a certain brand of tool that you use, whether it's I don't know, whether it's like Black & Decker or Snap-on or something like that. If you got a certain type of brand a tool that you use that works for you, that's really reliable, you comment it and send me some links to some tools. That'd be cool. I use Amazon because I like Amazon. So send me a link to some tools, maybe. Anyway, tools. So tools were made for specific reasons. You use that tool that every car should have either in their trunk or somewhere under their seat or something, that you put on the lug nuts, that you turn. You have the other tool that you use to raise the car in order to change your tire. Those tools, sometimes they make them dual purpose, like they'll put a sharp side and then there's a flat side, or they make screwdrivers where you can interchange the heads for them, and so you got Phillips flathead right in one, or even more if you need. So people are trying to make them more versatile and easier to switch from thing to thing, but tools are still made for a purpose. Like you can't use a Phillips screwdriver for a flathead screw. You just can't. No matter how much you try, it's not going to fit in the right place. Yeah, you can go the opposite. You can use a flathead for a Phillips, but even then, it's not its intended purpose, I guess. Like Phillips head is for a Phillips screw. Point is, as you go through life, different circumstances might come up, and you may think this looks familiar, but it's not exactly the same as another circumstance. So you can't necessarily apply the same solution or the same tool to everything, or to even things that look the same. You have to apply the right solution, the right tool. I mean, the best way to know what that tool is I'm going to get deep now. Maybe not. But the best way to know that is, if you pray about it, and if you pray to God and say, Lord, what's the best way to handle this? What's the best solution? I've never encountered this before. I've encountered something similar, but it's not exactly the same. Well, God will come back and say, well, you're going to need to do this or this, It's one of the examples in the Bible. There were, Jesus had disciples, and his disciples learned everything from him. And so they went around and he would pray for people and pray out demons and stuff like that, or pray out, pray for healing and for eyes to be able to see and different things like that, for people to be raised from the dead even. But there was this one circumstance where this person was possessed by a demon, and his disciples, no matter what they tried, no matter how much they prayed or anything like that, nothing worked. And the guy, I think it was a kid, and the kid's father came to Jesus and said, your disciples weren't able to cast him out. Jesus took one look at the situation and said, this kind can only come out by prayer and fasting. So it was the fasting part that they needed to add to their prayer, to their diligence. But they didn't know that because they hadn't experienced it before. So the right tool for that job was to pray and fast, and then the demon could be taken care of, and the kid could be set free. So Jesus knows what tools are needed. Jesus knows the answer. His Father, God in heaven, knows the answer. And so praying about what to do is the best solution, and will allow you to find or receive the tools that you need for that situation. So a word of encouragement to you guys, that it's not necessarily that you're doing it wrong. You're doing what you know. When you're trying to figure out what's going on, or trying to apply the same thing that you've done before, and it's not working, it's not necessarily your fault. It's that you need to pray about what the best course of action is. God knows. God will provide. He always does. And so if you pray to him about what to do, he'll give you the answer, and then you can actually surpass, succeed, and find the perfect solution to what's going on. So a word of encouragement, that don't give up, but instead give in to God's solution, because his is perfect and he knows best, and that's the best way that you're going to get through what you're going through. So hope you guys are doing well. Let's start this week off great. It's Monday morning, and that's usually perceived with, oh no, it's Monday morning. But guys, come on. Start the week out great. It's only as bad as you perceive it to be. Whether you're tired or whether you're just not having a good day, just make it better. Put a smile on your face. Listen to some good music. Eat something that you enjoy. I don't know what makes you happy, but let's start this week out great. You guys are great. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all that stuff, and have a great day. God bless. This is Relyks, signing out.